Hello, this is Ken Heaston from Joplin, Missouri, and it's good to be with you today. Today I'm shooting a video about sales pitch ideas for home business people. If you really want to break away and begin to promote your own home business and uh, get an identity of your own online, develop you incorporated, the best thing that you can do is build a professional home business presentation, your own home business pitch. And I'm here on my Facebook page because I just found a really good article about it, and I thought I would go through this. It's not totally geared toward home business owners, but it's got some really good information in it, and I'll go through it and kind of interpret a little bit about how you might use this, especially if you want to build your business using the internet. And so this is on WikiHow. As I said, it's just a really good article, how to deliver a good sales pitch. And so we'll just go through this. Part one, knowing your audience. Now, this is something that a lot of home business owners don't really think about right off the bat, because when you let's say you are in network marketing or direct sales, you get some training a lot of times from your upline, and they say, well, make a list of all your friends and family, and you get to thinking that your audience is just everyone you know and everyone you meet. But that's really not the case, is it? When you go online, there's literally millions of people out there, and you can segregate that, and you can reach out to just the audience that will really like your presentation, whatever that may be. And so you really need to figure out who your audience is. And the best way that you can do that is first think about yourself. Why did you join the opportunity or the sales business that you're in? What was it that attracted you to it? What types of qualities do you look for in a person that's a lot like you? Secondly, take a look at your group, either your downline or your upline, and look at the different people and think about, what is it kind of alike about a lot of these people, and begin to understand the type of people that will be interested in your business, so you get to know a little bit more about your audience. All right. Now, number two, pitch to the right person. So this is what we're talking about. You can go in on social media today, and you can run your home business presentation right out to the people who will really like it the most. And we talk about that a lot in my platform, Home Biz Pitch. Well, I'll tell you about that just a little bit later. That's a free way to get your presentation made and get it out online in front of 50 new people every week. So pitching to the right person is just really important. All right, make an appointment with a customer. Now, this works sometimes. Say if you're on Facebook and you run across somebody who might be interested in your business, well, what you can really do is you can set up a Google Hangout, and you can have a one-on-one with this person. And so you'd make an appointment, right? Sometimes it's good for you, sometimes it's good for them, and be sure and check time zones, because that can really throw you off. Make sure that you know each other's time zones, so when you set the appointment, you know when you're going to get together on your Google Hangout. Google Hangouts is a great way to pitch your opportunity, by the way. Know how much time you got for the pitch. If the person that you're talking to only has 30 minutes, well, you need to design your pitch so you don't go over 30 minutes, and really less than that, because you need to leave some time for questions and answers at the end. All right. You need to know your product and service, and most of us do. If we're in a home business opportunity, we know something about our product and service, and we know what parts of it we want to talk about. All right, avoid giving a canned pitch. Now, this is really important. Just because you've heard it over and over again, given at a opportunity meeting or something, doesn't mean it's the perfect pitch for you. Okay, and especially it might not be the perfect pitch for the people who are hearing it. So, kind of gear it toward the needs of the people that want to hear it. All right, tell a story with your pitch. This is so important. You can get people really engaged when you tell stories, especially stories about your product and your experience with it, and you can be a little bit funny with it if you want to, even, but tell stories about yourself, or people that that use your products or services. Use simple language is important, because when we start talking about, say, upline and downline, and terms about, say if you're in a health niche or something like that, and you're kind of used to using terminology that's confusing to other people. Well, you may not want to use that in your presentation. You may want to use more simple language so you don't lose people. Keep it short is real important. I see a lot of webinars that go for 2 hours, and I just think that's too long. It has to be a really, really good and engaging topic for people to be able to stay awake for 2 hours and follow you. So, Big Al, he teaches even the 1 minute presentation, which is really effective, but quite honestly, a good presentation is 15 to 20 minutes, and you leave a little bit of time at the end, just for questions and answers with your prospect. So, keep it pretty short. Describe how your customer will benefit. All right, don't talk all about the features. Talk about how these will benefit your customer, and ask questions to find out what your customer really wants to know. All right, differentiate yourself from your competitor. Now, if you're in a home business, you have competitors. You've got other people with other companies that are pitching the same thing basically that you are. The best thing you can do is, when you run across these on social media, run them down. Take a look at what they're doing and get to know your competition and how they're pitching their business, so you know how to pitch yours. Okay. Treat your pitch as a conversation. This is perfect for Google Hangouts because it is a conversation. It's just like you're just sitting in your living room or whatever, and you're just talking back and forth and having a great conversation. And Google Hangouts is so relaxed and enjoyable because of that. So a great way to do that: treat your pitch as a conversation. All right, prepare answers to objections. Now, we all get training on that, from our companies and such as that, so you probably have a good idea of some of that, but quite honestly, a lot of the objections really don't amount to much anyway. It's just some person's idea of, how they're going to, delay this until a little later when they've had time to think about it. All right. 10, use visual aids carefully. Now, with Google Hangouts, visual aids are easy because you've got screen share on Google Hangouts. So while you're in the middle of a hangout, you can hit screen share, and you can go share your screen on your computer, and you can browse web pages. You can bring up slideshows, images, just anything you want to help go through your presentation, which is real handy, especially if you have products, like physical products. You can show the products and how they look, and some things about them. So it's really good to learn to do the sharing. And you can even demonstrate your product. If you're setting it in front of your computer and you have the product there, it's possible, you might be able to physically demonstrate it a little bit. So you might want to think about that. Refine your pitch. All right. Leave out the fluff. Okay. Just get down to business and explain to the prospect exactly how your product or service can benefit them. All right, so you can practice a little bit, and we do this on Google Hangouts. A lot of times we'll have a practice session where we just go through the presentation, and it's recorded. And when it's done, you can take a look at the recording and decide if it's right. If not, we go back and do it again. We call it a dress rehearsal, and it's just a way to practice your pitch and get it right, so that when you go live, you really know what you're doing. You're comfortable with it. All right. Confirm the time and the location, and what happens there is what we do with the Home Biz Pitch platform is we set a time for the webinar. We have a registration page there, so once we're happy with the way the presentation is going, we'll set up a registration page, and people can go to it and register. So we have that. Get a good night's sleep before your pitch. Well, hope you do. I don't always, but it's a good idea. Dress professionally. Now, when you're online, this may or may not work for you. Honestly, so many people now, when they're doing Google Hangouts and stuff, it's just casual and relaxed. Just dress how you normally dress. And just be comfortable and be yourself. That's the best thing that you can do. All right, arrive early. That is a good idea. When you're doing a hangout, you want to get on your hangout a little bit early. Get all the things worked out and make sure that everything's working like it should before you go live and broadcast. And then try not to be nervous, and that's easy with the Google Hangout because, like in the presentation that I help you do, I ask the questions, you answer as a professional authority speaker, and it's just easy. It's just like a conversation between you and I. I'm asking questions that your prospects probably have, and you're just giving the answers. It's easy, It's just it's as natural as it can be. So no need to be nervous. Demonstrate positive body language. On Google Hangouts, a lot of times it's a face shot. It's just your face on there, and you should smile. And just act fine. And talk about your presentation and be personable. That's the best thing that you can do. Maintain eye contact is good. A lot of times when you're giving a presentation online, you want to be sure that your camera is adjusted properly so that your face is kind of in the center of the screen, and you can test that. You can see how that's looking. There's a little window down there. Another good way to do that is just turn your camera on by itself, and get used to where you have to have your camera set so that you're right in the image, and take a look at your background, make sure you don't have a sink full of dirty dishes or something behind you, so that everything's good with your surroundings. Proceed in an appropriate pace. Okay, just we want to design our pitch so it takes about the right amount of time. We don't have to go fast, we don't have to go slow. We just have a good speed going on, and then asking questions is really important. You need to be sure and ask questions and let your audience type answers or type questions into the chat to come back and let you know what their real concerns are. And then the close. The close is great, and on the platform that I have, the close is so easy because during the live presentation, I can put up a live link, and the attendees can actually click that link and go right on over to your offer right while we're on the webinar, and they can click and it opens in a new tab. It doesn't disturb the webinar in any way, and they can go over to your replicated website or your product page, whatever it might be, and they could even be ordering and buying while we're on the webinar. So anyway, this I thought was a really good web page and just had a lot of good information in it. Now I want to introduce you to my platform, Home Biz Pitch. And what this is, it's a way for you to come on my webinar platform. I run Webinars on Air app, and it runs on the Google Hangouts on Air platform. And so it's just comfortable, it's easy, and the difference is with Google Hangouts on Air, you can only seat about 10 people, but with my Webinars on Air app, I can seat 500 people. And so we can invite a lot of people to hear your presentation, and then we can have that link on there at various times during your presentation so people can click and go right over to your offer. There's a lot of things that Webinars on Air offers us that's really fantastic. And so here's how it works. You just ask to be on my platform, and we'll set up a time. We'll do a webinar. I'll be the host. You'll be the authority speaker. I'll ask you the questions you want me to ask. You answer them in the way you want to answer, and we'll build your own perfect online presentation. And once it's over, I download the MP4 file off of my YouTube channel and send it to you, and now you have a copy of your own professional business presentation. It works just great, and so there's a link in the description. All you have to do is go down and click that link, and you can come over to this page, and you'll see times that my webinars are playing. Okay, and what you want to do is register for a webinar. It's just a little bit less than an hour, but it describes just exactly how you can come on my platform and have your own personal professional presentation made for your business. And there's no catch. All right, there's no cost to doing this webinar at all. I do recommend that you take a $10 trial, because of the fact that it's going to introduce you some tools that you're really going to want if you're going to build your business online. But that's all you really have to do. And After we make your professional presentation, I'm going to show you how to get it out in front of 50 new people every week. All right, if you can get a good professional presentation in front of 50 new people every week, your business is just going to explode. All right, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened for your business, and you're just going to run forward and leave the pack behind. So go down into the description below this video and click the link and go over and register for one of my webinars, and we'll get you started on making your own perfect presentation.